All right, we're here with the S2000. We're gonna be go ahead and pulling the dash out. So we're gonna start off with just dropping the steering column here. We dropped all these bolts, and then there's this little piece of the dash that we can't get it quite past, but we'll get it past it here in a second. Then you pull these two 10s right here for the dash itself, and then I need to go ahead and pull all this jazz out, you know. And then there's a 10 right here, a 12 right here, and then I need to pull all this here out the center because there's going to be 2 bolts there. And then I need to pull the airbag out, and there's 3 bolts there, and then there'll be 2 bolts up top. And there's also 1 more bolt in the door over there, just like this one. So let's do this thing. All right, so I got these 3 10s out, and then the airbag should just pop out now. I already saw it lift up some. All right, we got that all unplugged now, so I believe this guy should just, yeah, she will just push right on. Oh, there it is. Here we go. These things are massive. Hat fell off. All right, so got the airbag out. Now we just got those boop right there and over there. See that? We just gotta pull those out. Those are what's holding the dash right here. We don't need to pull these bigger ones down here, but we need to pull these because they're holding the dashboard itself. So that part just kind of pops off, honestly. You pull these 2 screws up here, make sure everything else is unhooked, and you just kind of, with your fingers, I didn't use the screwdriver at all. I just kind of used my fingers and pop, 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 pop all the way around, worked it off, and then undid all the clips, of course. Now I'm doing these 4 screws to pull out this because we need the dash to come out as well, or we need the cluster to come out as well. And then we got this all unbolted, but we can't drop it completely down yet because of this. So that is why some people pull the steering wheel off when they do this, because you can't get it completely around this piece down here, I think. All right, I got that all unplugged, all out, unscrewed. Everything is out right there. Now we can examine and figure out what else we need to pull to get this old dash out, because I believe we pulled that, so that should be loose over there. What's next? Pull those. Maybe we need to get back there and pull that. Trying to figure out how to get this radio out, but it is really stuck in there good, guys. Stuck in there good. Yes, sir. We did indeed get the steering wheel out of the sky. Woo! That was fun. So I just had to unplug all that stuff under there and then slide it right out. But now it's out of here, out of the way. And I can go ahead and keep plumbing away, find all the little screws and bolts that are holding this guy in here. And then we'll go ahead and pop this guy out. All right. So everything kind of just besides this pulling these 2 screws, everything kind of just pops off. We pop this off, and then we're pulling the screws for the radio here. I think Sean got going there. Oh, we got to pull those 2. It looks like it's held on there. As well. Those 2 hold the radio, and then the other 2 hold the dash, or the other one holds the dash. So we'll get the radio out of the way, unplugged from back there, and then we'll get the dash out of this guy, hopefully. I don't see too much left holding her in here. We got our antenna. I'll be right back. Alright, so we're starting to get this thing slid up. We got to go ahead and unplug the wire harness that's connected all up in here. Looks like it just plugs in down here. Mine's mostly all unplugged. I have a zip tie I got to pop off. I'm gonna unplug this main big one as well. I need my other hand again. Woo! That was sandy. Now the dash is out though. It's awesome. Thank goodness. Awesome. So I just got done texting Morgan. He said he's down to build the transmission and all that. So I just gotta run all that stuff down there to him and drop all the parts off, the billet bell housing, the T-case, the PPG gears, the diff, all of the little parts we've collected. And then he'll go ahead and make sure all the clearances are right, that it shifts into all the gears, and that everything works together how it's supposed to and properly with the new bell housing and all the dog gears and everything, because sometimes they don't always just go in and work the first time. The bell housing is a machined part. It might not be exact to what the factory one is, and sometimes they require shimming and certain things. So go ahead and get that over there and get that all put together and assembled, so then we can get the white super clean Ghost Main CRX going for you guys, because I see you guys in the comments and I love reading them all the time. Thank you guys for doing that and leaving comments, because that is just awesome. All right, so what's going on, guys? We're back and we've got this super sweet, super clean EK Civic on the lift. We're doing some cam degreeing here. It's got really big Brian Crowler stage 3 cams. They are an NA cam, but this guy's got a full roller rocker setup, lock VTEC and everything. So this cam is really gonna wake this thing up for sure. It's a huge monster cam, lots of overlap. And so we're gonna go ahead and be degreeing it in the car here though. We got everything, the pulley and all this off down here. It's set to TDC right now, so we can set up everything. I just did the valve lash, set it to 0, and so we're gonna go ahead and be getting the pointers and everything set up here soon. But you guys saw that my diff is here and everything, so I'm getting everything all together. I got my stock T-case here. Of course, I have the billet one in the other box right here, along with my billet bell housing hiding in there still. So we have that right here. We got to get that dropped off along with the transmission and the gears itself. And this case here, they will be, so I have 2 cases. So this case here, he needs this one so he can cut out right here, and then back here so he can see where all the gears line up, see how it shifts, see how all that works while it's together and in the bell housing. And then after he does that, there's this one here, that this bell housing, or that this outer case will go on around all of it once it is done, and he sees that everything shifts really good and all that. So I need to get this to him along with all of that, and then that'll make a super mean dog box for the CRX. And man, that just gets me super excited, because that's the biggest step that I've been waiting for, and it really pushes us a lot further along. I mean, once that's in, it's all about getting it wired and wiring it probably to, you know, what I would really like is a Fueltech FT 450 or a 550. And I believe my dad's getting his Fueltech for showing up here soon. I think that would really be the way to go. There's just so much data, and the Fueltech is really designed around drag racing, and I think the CRX really would benefit off of having a Fueltech. I sure could do the Honda stuff. That's what we fired it up with, but I'd like to get rid of the distributor. I would like to have more fuel and just make some power. Just make some power. So along with showing off, I hope the all-wheel drive CRX will be able to have a Fueltech on it as well, because that is the way to go. But I'm super excited to get all of this coming together. We got all the gears, the diff, everything here. I'm just excited and ready to rock. As well as we're still working on the Rally CRX. We got the head all torn down and getting cleaned up. I've got all the valves here. I just lapped all of them. They're in their order. They go with the cylinders as they go down. And then once the valve stem seals show up, I'll slide those back in there, put the seals on, put the springs and retainers on it, and get this back on the Rally CRX so that he can make his race. Because it's coming up pretty quick. And we're thinking about some other things for him as well while it's here. Sean feels like it needs another sort of engine mount, a stronger engine mount in the front or something, because it is just destroying the exhaust. The flex pipe ripped. The flex pipe broke inside in 3 different spots. It ripped apart pretty much. It is just a little floppy thing now. So Sean thinks it needs another mount on the front to support it from all its rocking, because he is on and off the throttle and full bore, fully loaded so often, you know, jumping in the air, coming down. The exhaust can't handle it. With I mean he's got Hasport engine mounts, he's got good stuff, but the EF itself doesn't have a front torque mount like the EG and the EK. I mean, yes, it has the front mount before you get a traction bar and stuff, but he's got the traction bar, he's got all these things, all the amenities, the turbo, so he needs a new front mount, another front mount that will give it some adjustment to where it's not fully solid, to where it's really messes up the rigidity of everything when he's cornering, because he does want some flex, he wants some bow. He's going around these corners pretty hard, pretty fast, so he doesn't want the motor to be pulled apart by fully solid engine mounts or something like that. So we want to give it a little bit of give it a little bit of a support and help it just take along the beating of the journey, because he rides it hard. I'm really excited to get this all buttoned up. You know, I need to get all the paint stuff finished, but that'll probably happen very last, honestly. I really just want to get it driving and get it rolling now. I was shaving the bay and I was trying to get that done, and I messed it up pretty bad, so it kind of hurt to look at it, you know. But I really need, now that we got the gears and stuff, we get the transmission together, we'll get it back on the motor once it's back, and then we'll get the power plant back in this thing, get it wired up to, hopefully get it wired up to a Fuel Tech FT450 or FT550, and we'll have a cam sensor, coil on plug, all that stuff that really just wakes these guys up and makes them sing. This thing is really cool though.
Like on our big TV, you just see I put it in my editor, old video, right? And I spread it really wide, and then I laid down all the videos and I mashed them by audio. So spots I blended the music in, and then the music in, I cut those original audio. It's the same, 360 doesn't affect audio, just color. So back to everything's gone. It's like a stiff, it's a stiff thing. No, yours is okay.
It's like I'm not saying that shoes, but I think we need to get you some gangster shoes.
That needs to be good.
Awesome. So I got the lash all set to 0, spark plug out, piston stop in. I got the pointer on there and the big old degree wheel. Next up is going to be setting it to make sure we have TDC, and then I'll be putting this on with all the dial indicators and agreeing this. Let me show you guys the cam card here. So you guys see that? These guys are just monster cams. 310 advertised duration, 308. It's awesome. Huge cams. Brian Crower stage 3s. This thing's a beast. I gotta find 210s this long. For Jamie's, are you putting that on your hood?
My grill.
On your grill? That's the cutout of that cool PFI logo, huh? That's tight. Gotta find a 10 so we can bolt that on. It's gonna be sick. Oh, I think I might have just found it. Maybe. Might be a little much. Is that it?
Man, you found one more of those.
One more? Alright, I can find it. Well, Jamie, there you go. Awesome. So I got it all set to true TDC. When I spin it either way, it lands on the 15 right there. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of dark, but it lands on the same spot on both sides. Either way I spin it. So got it at true TDC there. Now I can go ahead and put on the little framework that holds on the dial indicators and start zeroing those guys out and getting everything set up to where we can degree this guy. Alright, so I got everything set up. We're going to go ahead and start getting our numbers now and measuring, and then we'll double check with the cam card after we get all our lifts. For our first measurement, we are 49.5 before bottom dead center on the exhaust. And we're going to get this next one, and then we'll move over to the intake side. Our other number is going to be 25 or 20.5 ATDC and then 29 BTDC for the first number on the intake side. Alright, so we just got all our first measurements done and they come out right here. Those are them. And so what we're supposed to be is 98 and 106. And what we are, is down here, is actually .175 and 104.50. So said we're supposed to be 98 and 106. So we are super close, just 2 degrees away. We're checking with the engine builder now to see if that's where he put them or if we should move them to their true center line. But they're super close, and it won't be too hard to move at all. So we're gonna, once we hear back from him, we'll get back to this. But we got lots of stuff to do, so we're gonna keep on rolling while we wait for the reply, and hopefully this is pretty dang close or right where it needs to be. We'll see in a sec though. Alright, so I'm waiting for the info on this guy, but I hope you guys really enjoyed the video today. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe down below, and just have a great day. Yeah, this is GoofyBuilt. Peace out. I'm really excited to get the trans together. I hope you're ready, Morgan, because this is going to be awesome.